according to Dr. Carlson's favorite historian, Churchill wanted a war with Hitler,
That's
and
what. Mm,
like there was, according to him, there were so many other concessions that could have been made. So many other, like Hitler was trying to make a peace deal basically with the British after they conquered after they conquered France and all of that. But Churchill just wanted to go to war, and eventually it led to every other
that's
thing that we see.
that's such a dumb narrative. It's
Mm.
so stupid. Sometimes I can't even believe I'm even hearing something like that. Like, what exactly do you think is going to happen? Somebody like that. First of all, Churchill was not the person that declared war on Hitler. He was not the prime minister as at then. It was Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain that was
Mm.
the prime minister as at that time. Before then, Hitler was as I say, he was already annexing territories. Took Austria.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody looked away. Took Czechoslovakia because he wanted their steel. And Prime Minister Chamberlain went and they shook his hand, and they granted the concession to him. And he didn't stop. He still went and attacked Poland. So was he really going to stop? I feel that's just a dumb. He was going to take state, every single state eventually. And the
I
fact
think
that you are
according to what
saying,
the guy said, mm,
mm,
according to what he said, is like Churchill never planned to go beyond France, because like France, like Britain is an island on its own,
yeah,
right? So the after you enter Belgium and then you from Belgium you invade France, you have to stop there. You can't really invade Britain. You have to cross the sea, basically, to get to
yeah,
Britain.
okay,
So in his mind, it was like after the French invasion and all of that, like Hitler was willing to make negotiations with Britain, basically, to like just like keep everything in a state, or store, basically like a ceasefire, right? At that point in
okay,
time, and that if he agreed to it, so many lives would have been saved and all of that. But that Churchill was very intense on like prolonging the war and keeping it going basically to ensure that the Germans were conquered. And
okay.
ultimately that now led to what you saw with, like, is it doomsday they call it, or what they call it again? That final day where they bombed
Dres-
what's the name of that Dresden, and they, I think,
Dresden
is it Dresden, yeah, they bombed it to
again.
pieces basically, both. Yeah.
It's
So
you
it's like
see
Churchill was like the one that felt those things, and those things could have been avoided basically.
again, that's a lie. Because those people first bombed British cities. That is why they retaliated. They bombed British cities. In fact, Old Trafford for Man United was bombed. That time they called it
Mm.
the Blitz. They bombed British cities. I don't know where he's getting that lie. And okay, let's even say, oh, he just wanted to start a war. That was why. Let me now burst the bubble. Okay, that they could have granted some concessions to Hitler and it would have stopped. So why did Hitler declare Operation Barbarossa? Why did he declare war on Russia? If he was just somebody that wanted some part of Europe and would have stopped, why did he declare war on Russia?
I think there was a reason why he declared war. I can't remember the exact reason. Welcome, actually. There was a particular reason why he declared war on Russia. I think it was um I can't remember the exact reason.
To me,
There was like
the,
a initial there was like an
the
initial agreement between him and Stalin.
Stalin did not break any
So,
agreement. Stalin did not break any agreement. Stalin even annexed part of Poland, like at that in the initial phase of the war. But Stalin stopped. He didn't do anything else. Hitler kept on taking territory after territory. He took Netherlands. People even forget some of the countries that he took over. And then was working with some dictators in countries like Finland, like then he made Portugal remain neutral, and Franco stayed away too. So it's not like this guy was ever really going to stop, and he always had the plan that he was going to take Russia because he called it living space, like Lebensbrau or something in German. So, and he detested Slavs. He called them subhuman, untermines, subhuman. So this guy was always going to be that guy was a tyrant. Like he always had
but was there like
a
any like resource like perspective for him invading Soviet Union? Because to me, I
of
don't really
course
see the
of course the land,
what could
their
have
oil,
motivated him.
the land, their oil, their food, everything, like the food that came from Ukraine, then the oil
Yeah.
in the Caucasus, and then obviously the massive land that they would have gotten basically, because I mean Aryan race is going to dominate the whole of Europe now. So uh like I mean now it was very obvious what this kind of person is. I hate this revisionism, man. Like the guy was even trying to
Yeah.
lie
I
that
think that's just one of the things that I dislike about Tucker Carlson. Like
that the
he will
Jews
bring
were,
in
he'll bring in a guest that will say something that he can't say with his mouth because he
one
knows the
lie.
implication. And then he now
Yes,
starts
now.
egging the person on. He starts like trying to
Mm-mm.
play
I said,
like
oh my god, I never knew that. How come you weren't told about
he
that?
starts trying to act
Freaking idiot.
curious. Bro. So that's like my issue. Like this guy had like
That
did
guy
they
is
not
extremely
really,
pretentious.
that's the thing. Like my Kampf came out like why is like what's the whole revision shit? The guy wrote a book. The guy wrote a book. Look at what he called Jews. Look at what he called Slavs. Look at how he was always talking about how they will own Europe, but for Britain they would have been like a sort of cousin race to them. But obviously
Mm,
they
yeah,
are it's still sort of a lesser cousin. It's not like they are like
yeah.
so that's an evil person. Like let's no, 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 let's not whitewash evil here.